Welcome to this introductory video on mindfulness and awareness of thoughts. This key practice forms the basis for all mindfulness and meditation exercises. We will guide you through this, and will remind you to keep refocusing on your anchor, which is a specific point along the breath where you notice it most strongly. If you haven't watched our first 3 minutes video on finding your anchor, please take a few moments now to do so to get the most out of this exercise. G with MindfuNews will guide you through 2 simple steps that we will repeat throughout the exercise. The first step is develop our awareness and learn how to notice thoughts as they arise. The second step, once we notice the thoughts, is to return our attention to the breath, our anchor. Let's begin.
So welcome to this awareness of thoughts exercise. And it's going to be important that we use and refer to our anchor. And if you're not familiar with your anchor, you can go back and watch our previous videos on identifying our anchor. But as a quick reminder, the anchor is a point along your inhale and exhale where you notice the sensations of the breath the strongest. So let's explore that now. And close our eyes. We're going to sit comfortably. And as we're breathing in and out and paying awareness and attention to our breath, where do you notice it the most on the inhale? And as you're exhaling, where do you notice it? For me, my awareness, my anchor, is in the nose. So as I'm inhaling, for me it's most predominant in the nose. Not in the throat, not in my chest or the rise and fall of my stomach. It's in the nose. And I've done this with hundreds of people, and it varies from person to person. Okay, now on your exhale, is it in the same place? As I'm breathing out, I notice it mostly in my nose. So it's anchor on the nose on the inhale for me, and nose on the exhale for me too. Okay, so just remind yourself of where your anchor is, and let's do 5 anchor breaths. So we're going to breathe, and we're just going to focus only on our anchor. Remember, this is concentration exercise. Full awareness now. It is the nature of the mind to wander and for thoughts to arise. And as when thoughts arise, during this exercise, we're going to bring our attention back to the anchor. And I'll lead with a few examples. Remember, just like a scientist, you're just going to follow the instructions, and we'll make this step by step. Now picture something that you ate or that you drank. Could be today, could be yesterday. Just bring it to mind now. What was it? What did it taste like? What did it smell like? Really envisage that in your mind's eye now. Okay, now we're going to drop that, like popping a soap bubble, and we're going to return all of our attention and awareness to anchor. Okay, so no more thinking. We're switching to presence, and we do that by immediately searching for our anchor. Where do I notice the breath the most? Oh yeah, it's in the nose on the inhale, and it's on the nose on the exhale. Now if you're still thinking about the food, or you're still in the residue of that, that's fine with kindness. We're going to double our concentration and make sure that we bring in full awareness and concentration to the anchor, and only the anchor. Nose on the inhale, nose on the exhale. Now bring to mind a picture of a friend or a colleague. Doesn't matter who, but bring their face to mind. Picture them and notice how that makes you feel. If you can see their image really clearly. Now again, like that scientist, we're going to be instructed to drop that thought and replace it with sensations of the breath. Let's do that now. only on the breath. It's very intoxicating thinking, right? And we want to stay there. We're training the mind. Yes, although we've prompted you with a thought about a friend, we're now going to cut that and we're going to anchor ourselves back to the present moment through the breath. Okay, now bring to mind something you need to do later on today. That to-do list. What do you need to do? Bring that to mind. Okay, well for me it's taking the kids out later, taking them swimming. So I noticed that, but now we're going to go back to the anchor. We're going to drop all that thought of what we need to do later on, and we're going to only be aware of the breath, and specifically the anchor. So for me, nose on the inhale, nose on the exhale. Nose on the inhale, nose on the exhale. Well, for you, is it, where's your anchor? Remind yourself, the throat, the stomach, the lungs, the nose. That's your anchor. Okay, and as we come to the end of this meditation, this was just an introduction to awareness of thought, then back to an anchor. I notice I'm thinking, I bring it back to an anchor. I notice something. And so we develop the muscle, this muscle memory. A, getting better at noticing thoughts as they arise. And B, being able to do something about it when they do. Just as a tip, we have 1,000 thoughts every day, right? So they're non-stop. And as you practice mindfulness by yourself, as soon as you close your eyes, you're going to notice thoughts arise, which is fine and it's normal. Know that. But the practice, the 10, 15 minutes you do daily, or even 5 minutes, all you're doing, wax on, wax off. I notice a thought, I bring it back to my anchor. I notice a thought, I bring it back to my anchor. And I may drift off, I may go a whole minute or more without realizing that I've been thinking. But as soon as we do realize it, that's the good stuff, that's the gold. And we bring it back to our anchor. And then we get the point. Then the mind gets lost, that's fine, as long as we keep bringing it back. And the more that we repeat that process of I notice I'm thinking, I bring it back, we're completing mental push-ups. I notice, I bring back. I notice, I bring back. And that lays the foundation for a whole future life of mindfulness and concentration. And in your own time, open your eyes and back to the room.